What's up everybody on YouTube? Real JR Experience coming to you with another Minecraft video of our farmhouse build. Just wanted to continue this one as we put the finishing touches on this build and call it completed. We did a lot of interior work and wrapped up the storage area that we worked on in the last video. Did some other work, as you guys will see, and now we're going to get to the interior stuff and start to really get this project completed. We'll go into that in the video, but don't forget, as always, I do stream on Twitch. You can see the link in the description down below. Feel free to check out that for Minecraft and other gameplay that I stream there. Stream schedule is set to Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays going forward at this time. And we're going to be having some good times this week. I'm really looking forward to a lot of the cool things that are dropping in over the course of this month. So it's going to be very exciting, and I'm really ecstatic for that. Don't forget, as always, to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. As always, guys, do good things, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Alright, guys, so welcome back to the farmhouse build, and first thing you're going to notice on this video is the speed. And one of the things that I've done with this series is messed around quite a bit with some different approaches to this. And with that, I wanted to do something where it encompassed everything that I had done for this video in this week. So I streamed a little bit, as you can see. This is taken from a stream last week where I jumped in here randomly and worked a little bit more on where we left off with the storage area. And then I did do another capture where you'll see later in the video where I did a little bit more of the build and put some finishing touches on. And just like the main theme always has been, is that this build has changed and flipped and been different every single time, but I stick with the same common theme. You have the granite floor with the polished pieces, just like the upper area, keeping that theme throughout the build and utilizing that as much as possible. So it was just really for me, and maybe with the, straight off the bat with this monologue, it's probably a good idea to make this one maybe a little bit more of an audio video for you. So if you're brand new to the channel, or you're checking out this for the very first time, or you've been watching the playlist through, this is a good one. If you want to, do some dishes, clean up your kitchen, take care of something, you would, take care of, that would be something where you would listen to like a podcast, something to that effect, just because of the overall length and just because of making kind of the video part maybe a little bit hard to follow at times. I'll hit highlights as we go through this guy, and we'll talk about some of the ideas. And really what I'm going to use this time for is a time to kind of let you guys kind of get to know a little bit more about the channel, and also a little bit more about the plans for this series and others as we go through this thing. So first of all, it's November, the 2nd of the month right now, as I'm working on the final portions of this guy. And we did change our Twitch lineup. I was streaming about 6 days a week for a good while, and come and go before that, but really like adjusted to a schedule that was about 6 days a week long. And it just wasn't, I felt like it was too much time. There was a lot of times where I was coming home from my 9 to 5 and like getting in the door, getting in front of the computer, ripping off the VOD, or getting the footage that I captured, and then trying to get everything done. And a lot of times I was either like running late to the stream, which could be the case for tonight's stream, to be honest. I'm not sure, but it just seems like it was a lot. And even today I did a ton. There's a lot of things coming down the pipeline on the YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that. Hit subscribe for it, like it, and become a member of the community as we expand. But I needed to cut back the amount of the stream time. I also need time to kind of just play games. That's something too that I feel like is really important with doing these things, is enjoying it on top of that. And I never want it to feel, even though there's a lot of work involved, I never want it to feel job-like. I never want it to be where it's almost like more of a pain to do this thing than it is to actually do it. And I want it to always be fresh and fun. So far in this time, I've learned a ton, and I'm actually surprised, to be honest, at myself. And just like some tips, for you guys that are maybe, starting channels or checking out, my content, and you have, around the same community, less, more, what have you. I've been utilizing YouTube as a tool myself. I get an idea of whatever I want to do in a video, and then I hit the YouTube videos and I, check videos that are out there and watch them. For those like tutorial things, I don't really watch for their content. It has to hit a certain number of strings like to get me invested, and I have certain people that I go to because of their expertise and because I like the style. And I won't do like shout outs or anything like that, but if you wanted guides or something, you guys are more than welcome to come into a stream and ask me. I'll give you some feedback, or even check out some things and send me messages there in my Twitter. I do have an email there, so if you want some information or need help and you're maybe a little bit shy, don't be afraid to jump into that and message me. I'll be glad to give you guys information, feedback, and what have you. But on a public scale, I really don't really shout out any channels, just for the standpoint of when you start associating even with say friends, and they do things that you're not really in tune with, it kind of gives your brand a bad name. And I like, if you've caught my first video, welcome to the experience, the adventure has begun kind of thing. I've been doing this for 5 years, just on Twitch streaming, and I've seen a lot, even with having, maybe a low level channel as far as, numbers are concerned, but I've seen, a lot of things come and go, and I've seen, friends and different people, change tactics. You feel like you're on a level with a certain, gamer friend, and then next thing you know, they don't play that, or vice versa. I've been that person too, that, I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't have fun. I'm spending a lot more time angry. And I just don't feel like it's fair. If it's not for the brand and it's not, gonna promote, there's really it's really a waste of good time that you can spend, especially when you're, maybe a hobbyist. And even if you're trying to do this on like a professional level or have some kind of a monetary takeoff, I feel like, if it reflects in a negative light, it's not really the idea. But that being said, Minecraft was something that I started with, and when I went through this thing and started building this farmhouse, even now I can tell you guys, like, I have like a renewed sense, and it's kind of restored some of the things that I missed about gaming, about streaming, about doing this stuff, because I spent a lot of time solving these problems, and they weren't things that like affected me to a level that I was losing sleep and stuff like that, or they weren't like real world problems, as they say. They were actually just gaming things that it felt good to be able to create something and do stuff, and we'll continue this as it goes, and it'll gain traction, I'm sure. We've been doing this for a long time, and I've seen the numbers, all in all, views and follows and all that stuff come up and down, and it just it's like Novocaine. You just gotta go in little doses and just keep going, and eventually my hope is that this thing will kind of start to go on the uptick. You guys will enjoy the content, provide feedback. As always, it's more than welcome, even if it's negative, even if there's something you don't like, if you're not liking the style, you hate this fast-paced thing over this monologue, if you don't like some of the other things that are going on in the channel, if you see a video that you're not sure of, or you just don't like the approach, please by all means let me know. Obviously if there's too much negativity or a lot of hate, I'm probably going to ignore you, but if you come about me at the right way, I'll take it into consideration and do the best I can. And if you have tips, tricks, pointers, anything for me, I'd be more than glad to listen and try things. I think that that's important for growth, in this kind of industry, as they say, to be a little bit willing to take risks, and also to push yourself to try new things and do new things. So as we're going through this here, I'm cutting the ceiling for the main storage area, and starting to use some different textures here. Actually spent a little bit of time hopping up here and grabbing coal, because Reminder, as always, we're in survival. I've been in survival the entire time. The build is in survival. I'm leaving that. I actually had a moment when I was doing this stuff that I wanted to just knock it over to creative, do a bunch of things for like a month, and then come back and, go back to survival and kind of, quote unquote cheat it a little bit. But I, haven't done that. I saw a post on the internet where it was like once you turn a survival world into a creative world, you like lose that sense and you lose all your pride and you lose like everything that you've done. And I don't want to lose that. I'm really proud of this world. I've put a lot of hours into it. It's been an escape. It's something that right now I don't have anyone else in my gaming Rolodex that I play this with. So if I want to get something where I just want to relax, just want to chill in a stream. This stream actually, I had stream beats on in the background, so there was some music there while I chatted. And, it was just fun. It was chill that night. And I finished the night even on top of that in the VOD. You can check it out. I started with Fortnite, went to this, and then I finished up playing some Rogue Company. So I even went back for a little bit of the adrenaline-based shooters. But it was nice to, like, kind of lull the stream out. And I wanted to, because I've been pumping this guy, this video on here, I wanted to get an opportunity to get it on stream one time and kind of see if there was traction there. And it seemed like it did okay. There was a lot of people that came and went, and that's, par for the course for the way that Minecraft goes. A lot of times, it's weird because at one point I was digging a tunnel on a game way back near the storage area. It was like, and I had a full castle above me and all these different buildings and a ton of work in the thing. And somebody came in like, this is lame. And in a fit kind of a little bit of anger, I went up top and I was like, this castle is huge. Like, this was all built in survival, and the guy was already gone. And it's like, I think Minecraft is one of those where you don't realize what you have when you're watching. And you can't kind of be afraid if you're viewing this, or even if you're catching this on YouTube. There is a tour of the world, so you can check that out. Now, obviously, that tour is not only going to last so long because this thing is going to continue to evolve, and there's going to be a lot involved with it. But you can get a general idea of where we kind of stand. And one of my biggest problems, personally, for this build is I'll get an idea, I'll start a project, I do it for a few hours, 4 to 6 to 8, maybe something total game time, and then I get bored of it and I stop. And when I do that, it gets left unfinished, or I'll get the main structure up and I don't complete anything else. It's just some of the areas here, or even the buildings now, need me to go in and do some interior updates and complete certain areas of the project and get things done. I don't want any of this stuff that's going up here, and we will go back and revisit some things for future content, and I'll probably tie that into something where I'll make fun of myself a little bit on it. And if you guys didn't see the Miracle at the Farmhouse, it was started a little bit different. I had a little skit there that I worked on and kind of came to me, just on a whim, and I messed around with it and, went out onto the internet and grabbed licensure for music and did stuff with it. And it was really fun to make. And I honestly, when I put it up, I watched it about 5 times before I even, rendered it to YouTube, and just cracked up myself. I thought it was really funny and clean too. It wasn't too bad. Not that, there's not some language, and, it is set for mature as far as my content is, because, I get the occasional F-bomb in there, but, I just thought it would even be something okay for kids, if they were coming in and checking it out. It's not anything too bad or, pushing the edge too much. Because even too, if I draw that attention on this line, I try to stay as family friendly as I possibly can with the Minecraft thing, because if I'm bringing somebody over from YouTube and, they show a parent like, hey, I'm watching Real Geo Experience, the guy's building a castle, I want to watch a stream, they might be leery, and then they go into a Minecraft stream to see, if parents are doing that and they find out that it's all right, then, I can get viewership off of that, and, who knows, from it. But I kind of want to keep that clean, so it is something to, You know, even if you're a younger one and trying to get permission, you know, obviously, you know, always listen to your parents, you know, no matter what. But you know, you can kind of, you know, let them listen to this and kind of, you know, show them that, you know, we're gonna, as far as that gameplay is concerned, when it's on my stream, we're keeping it, you know, completely PG on most fronts, unless something horrible would happen, and I can't be, you know, I can't be held accountable for that because it is a mature stream. But if something really bad happens and some words are said, it's not because that's the intention. It's because something really, really bad would have to happen for me to get fired up that on that level for it. But still here, figuring out the other side. And what happened with this in the stream, I got the idea, and you can see from the other video even that I wanted that little area on the back side of the storage as you come down the staircase to have some kind of a tunnel out to that water inlet. And when I did that, as I worked on this between the two videos, my mindset changed, and you'll see later where I add a staircase in, and I've got a bigger plan. I was even just not a few minutes ago just running through this stuff as I waited to get this ready for the next phase in the rendering process, running through the idea in my brain again, and I think it's going to be really cool when it's all said and done, how everything ties together, because that's kind of what I wanted to do. All this back and forth right now between from here back to the main storage and then back, I'd like to kind of try to eliminate that as much as possible as things progress. Now, it's going to be difficult because obviously we're building an entire medieval kingdom, so you're going to have to move around a little bit. And if you have a centralized storage area, you're going to want to, you know, get to it and use it and utilize it and what have you. But in the future, you know, I'm going to try to incorporate some things and utilize some things differently, so that when we start doing some of the other parts of these builds, there's really not as much, and we can line up, you know, maybe even some resources and kind of say, okay, you know, this is what we're going to need. Let's get it all there, you know, prior, and then, you know, maybe go from there. But here, right here, I'm cutting this area in. This is the actual non-stream off-stream capture. Just checking this thing over. I'm not neglecting the video. I'm watching it and, you know, talking to you guys right now. So, but yeah, this is where the idea kind of shifted for me when I started looking at it, and you can see here I started to kind of plan a foundation on a little bit of a level, and we'll get to that when the time comes. Took me forever to bust that block underneath the water there. So, state of the channel. Topics and some of the things that we've hit on so far. Like I said, we've changed the amount of streaming down a little bit more. What the goal is to try to build this community a little bit more and get a little bit more time. And I want to focus some more on creating some YouTube content and getting some more content out there that you guys can actually hang out and check out, and, you know, hopefully draw a little bit of a stream crowd, so that the streams are a little bit more fun. I'm looking forward to tonight's stream, by the way. This will be out probably just before the stream hits, so it's safe. I'm going to tell you guys right now, we're going to drop Apex and check out the new season. I'm looking forward to that. And then I don't know where the stream will go from there, just like always. I don't really have a plan. Thursday, we have the 7 to 9 split. We'll run some PUBG again, see if we can't get another win. And then, you know, probably run some Rogue on Thursday night. And Saturday's a little bit up in the air, all told. Not 100%. And then Sunday's a huge event. We're running a 12-hour. It's going to be my new 24s. So when you guys see those, they're going to be, you know, something that are going to be a lot of fun. And, you know, we're going to hang out all day, play some games, relax, eat some food, and just really enjoy everything that, you know, I've been working on, with things coming around the corner and new stuff popping up. And there's, like, I don't even know, probably like 15 different grinds I need to work on. So there's plenty enough stuff for me to have content and get things done. And my hope is that by the time we get there, we're a lot closer on a few things. Right here, I expanded the interior of the farmhouse, made it a little bit more open concept, as goofball as that is for a medieval thing. but I wanted more room to place furniture and do that stuff. On the note of the Minecraft situation, so that you guys kind of understand what the idea is here, is that each project that we start is going to be about 6 videos long, all told. If they have to go over that because of size, then we'll kind of address that issue when we get there. But everything that I do, when a certain like kind of series inside of this kingdom build gets started, is going to take. I'm going to make 6 videos to complete it. And the reason to kind of make this one a little longer was to be because it gave me an opportunity to do this and talk to you guys on this level, and go over a lot of highlights. On top of that, it was really difficult when I started to edit this today to figure out exactly like, okay, what do I put in, what do I not put in, how do I like kind of tell the story here. And I felt like, if I left something out, it kind of left the build looking a little bit weird, and it made the video kind of difficult because I tied up several odds and ends in this video, completing the downstairs, putting some finishing touches on, working on getting the lighting correct, and doing little things like taking care of that tree. There's just little stuff that I forget. I forget to go back and take the dirt off to get the trees taken care of. I forget to, even this house area that we're in right now is supposed to be a kind of like a general store kind of thing, setting on the upper with a bedroom or maybe even rooms to rent there. And I just never raised the walls on it and did any of the work for it. So now it's just this flat, open landscape, open concept, completely no roof area where I dropped down into this huge storage. That's been the main part of the whole thing. But prior, there was a kingdom there, and the staircase actually was a lot different. And when you went down, you went into the castle and you went into a little area, and it wound down into that giant area. And I expanded all that up, changed it around, wanting it to be a little bit different, and expanded the kingdom size as well. And I in plans, little spoilers here for the channel, I do want to build a wizard house up on the mountain to the right of the castle if you're facing, or to the left of the castle if you're facing the castle, to the right of it if you're facing the city. It's that real tall mountaintop there that you see as you go through the bottom of the staircase, where the inlet of water is beyond the farm. That's going to be a giant wizard hut with a winding kind of cobbled trail going up there with some different levels and things incorporated in it. There is going to be a little town there by the windmill. There was one there, got erased, so we'll go back and put that back up, and there'll be a little town. I'm also going to put a giant ship right there. In the video you can see the staircase to the left where I was putting these lanterns up, and I didn't like the way that this lantern didn't go, so I just left the torches. But there's the staircase as we put it together, and it's going to be a giant ship there with a port building that's going to kind of connect to the farmhouse. And I kind of, what our original concept was going to be a shack, 5 block by 5 block, small little shack, and that was going to have like a ladder with a trap door, and you go down in the ladder, go across, and you're in the back of the farmer's wheat product, and then you can reach into his storage and take wheat. And it was going to be like that guy was like a thief, but I kind of didn't like that effect when I thought about it, and I changed it up to make it to where it was going to be that he's sending all of the hay bales and wheat off into the ship, to send out to port, to send out the sea to trade or what have you, or even for the sailing group, kind of tying sailing and medieval together on a little bit of a level there, and kind of getting that going. But and there's a ton of different things that I want to work with and get going, little projects, odds and ends, landscaping things. So obviously for the build and for everything that's been going on in this series, you're going to see a lot over the course of time. And it's not really I'm real careful about, and I want to say this like right now, it's not based on the channel is not a Minecraft channel. We're not going for that. I'm using gameplay that I enjoy and things that I'll actually use and play. So excuse me, I want you guys to realize that that's really the goal here. but it is something that I go to, and it's something that I've been doing since I started creating content so long ago. And I really wanted you guys to kind of see that again and kind of refresh it for me too. So that was really the rationale behind it. This area here threw some hay bales down to kind of just take away from that just blank. As you look down, there's nothing. So I wanted it to kind of, have some remnants of, there's stuff actually happening. And like I say a lot, there's a snapshot here, and we want to, complete the picture. And then, of course, the upper area, we put all the hay bales in to kind of show that we're holding that there. And, we'll work on furniture, bedding, tables, maybe pictures on some level. Not really like the paintings from the game, but, maybe we'll do something where we'll put like item frames, things like that, inside of the build, just to give it a little bit of life. In here, we completed the tunnel coming across, and, roofed that all in, closed it all off, got it down, and really making it look nice and tied together. That wall, as we said, it'll continue elsewhere. I'll pick it back up at some point. I don't have a plan for it just yet, but keeping that theme. Even though the base level of the staircase is going down with those cobblestone fences in betweens of the wall where I have like those cut-ins. That's a theme already in the other general store storage area build. It's already there, and I kind of want to keep that. It's you have the same construction almost throughout the entire thing. So I feel like that's pretty important overall. We're just closing off this area, putting the half slabs up to cover it in, and then I threw a lantern in there just to give it light. Not that I ever play in any mode, not that I wouldn't, but if I did play in a mode where there was enemies, I would obviously probably save like a ton, and creepers would be a huge problem. But that's not really the point of this. The point of this now is to kind of build in survival and get things going. And the wizard hut is going to be a project. I was trying to think about how to do that, and the only way I can think about it right now is to kind of build like a giant dirt pillar and then just build and take the dirt away and kind of hope that everything holds up all around it and we get the right kind of feel from it. So right now, a lot of inventory management, that's been an issue. Getting things sorted and moved, picking up areas where I had a chest, and trying to keep stuff, these temporary little build areas, which are fine. Like that area right at the base of the field is okay, but eventually I want that all to be a wheat field, and I don't want that crap there. So I spent a little bit of time at the backside of this, moving things back, getting things rearranged, going through the previous farm, the boxes there, which I won't tear that down. That's more of like a food thing. The wheat farm is going to be just basically his stuff, and then the pumpkins, the potatoes, and the corn are like kind of like private or maybe like premium based. But the other farm is going to be kind of, it's like a trading post farm kind of thing. I felt like having a giant farm was kind of, if you're going to have a kingdom, you're going to need a lot of bread. It's just like that's what kind of stuck in my brain. So I was just like, well, let's go ahead and do that. But yeah, here even the back and forth, checking out the stable area that's going to be coming, and also just kind of monitoring the situation. And even when I'm playing, I'm forever like, I look at something, I'm going, man, I can't wait for this building, or I can't wait for that. So there's constantly ideas and thought processes there. Lots of gameplay coming in the channel this month as well, guys. So definitely check out the Twitch streams as we play some different things, continue some grinds. The Halloween stuff is wrapped up, and we're off into November with the holiday, the main holidays right around the corner. I'm hoping everybody has a safe and happy one, of course, and it's probably a little bit premature for that, but there's going to be a lot more things. We're going to keep working on this, of course. One episode left for the farmhouse, and we will complete that project and kind of decide. I haven't really made an idea of where we're going to go from here. I have some, but I'm not 100% of which direction I'll branch off to continue. So we'll kind of figure that out when I sit down to capture for the next series and kind of set that tone. In the streams, guys, you're going to see some PUBG. I like to play that game. I'm trying to work on platinum for the PlayStation 4, which is a ton of different things, kills, different weapons, getting certain loot items and stuff. Just got our first win. That's on the channel if you guys want to check out that. It was a lot of fun. We're trying to continue to do that. I also need to get. I did that in solo squad, so I also need a solo and a duo win. And I need 10 total, and we only have 1 so far, so I need 9 more. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Do good things. See you again.